Good afternoon. Welcome back to the podcast, the Prof G and Shively podcast, episode 3. Matt, how are you today?
Doing great, Jason.
Doing good?
Yeah. Our teams are off and running. Got a couple weeks of games under the belt, and we see some progress. It's been, the wins have been a little bit elusive so far, but those will come.
Yeah, and I'd say never having hosted a podcast before, I'm learning how difficult it can be to keep up with all these sports too. There's so many that were like, what happened in that game? We weren't there because they were out of town or whatever. So,
right.
But yeah, you're right. There's a lot of action going on right now. So let's just kind of review some of it and see how it went this past week. Since we had our podcast last week, we had a couple of soccer games, men's soccer. Let's start there. So they played a total of 4 games since our last one that we recorded, and unfortunately, they went 0-3-1. So they did pull a tie out. Did you get a chance to check out some of that game? I know I was out there by myself in the heat.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
You know, we were hoping to call that one live here on campus, but that changed up on us a little bit. But yeah, I saw a little bit of that. You definitely see Yahir's leadership coming through. I mean, it all starts with who do you have take the penalties?
Yep.
And that's where you get an idea of who is the leader.
Yeah.
And Yahir is no exception to that. He takes the penalties. He had 2 goals, a brace, and he almost had the hat trick.
Yeah, he was about
So
2.5
close.
inches away from a hat trick on that one.
And that
Off the right post.
That would have been probably the go-ahead goal.
Well, it definitely would have been the go-ahead, and who
The winning
who
goal,
knows if
possibly.
that was the winning goal. But
Right.
yeah, it never ceases to amaze me the endurance of these athletes too that we're seeing. Just it's 108 degrees out there. They played 90 minutes the night before,
Right.
and here they are back out there again. Can't ask for more than that as a coach. And actually, we talked to Coach Levi after the game, and this is what he had to say about that. All right, here with head coach Levi Corum. Levi, pulled a tie out of a ball game where you were down. What did you see from your team that you liked?
I'm very, very impressed with these guys. We played a fresh team. These guys are we're fresh and ready, and we had a 90-minute game yesterday, and the circumstances that we've been dealt this season, it's not a good hand. We played full 90 minutes yesterday. We had 1 substitute today. Pretty much 2 got injured, and we had 1 substitute, but all I ask of these boys is that they give me their 100%. Win, tie, or draw, if they give me their 100%, I'm satisfied, and they did exactly that.
A couple of players have really good games. Tell me about what your thoughts are on, obviously, you're here with the 2 goals, but also noticed in the backfield, Tyler Gomez had a good game today as well.
Tyler Gomez played out of his mind today. He's the leader of the backfield. He's the most vocal in the backfield, and he sets a standard with how hard he goes. I haven't really seen the game this year where he didn't give me his 100%, and I love working with him. Love working with all these guys, but especially Tyler, especially here. These are some guys that just give me their 100% every game.
Yeah, I hear about 2.5 inches away from a hat trick today.
I know.
Probably wants that one back. That was a great shot on goal, but he definitely carried the team offensively.
Oh, he did amazing, and I wish he could have had that goal, but I'm very proud of the game he had, and I wish I could have him back for another 3-4 years, but he did amazing today.
All right, Coach. Thank you for stopping by, and great game this week. We'll see you again Tuesday.
Thank you.
So he's obviously impressed, Matt, with the ability of his team to stay resilient. They only have 1 sub, he said, and a couple guys got injured, but still managed to pull that tie out.
Well, and he was placed in a really challenging position, was promoted to the gig of head coach right as the season was starting, was thinking he would be the assistant. And so, I mean, kudos to him for getting the team to rally around his leadership, and also for him to, I mean, he's in the process of galvanizing this team. It's going to be a bit of a work in progress when you get those changes, and he's a little bit low on bodies right now. And it's hot out there, as you've highlighted. And so, and again, he's up on some of his freshmen as well, which is good to hear. And defense is so important in every sport, but soccer for sure. And having someone playing out of his mind, in the backfield is really important.
Yeah, absolutely. To have a freshman, he's in my class as well. I chatted with him yesterday, and he seems to be gelling well with what's going on out there. But to have a freshman step in there and ultimately immediately grab some leadership is encouraging as well for this program. I agree with you on the coaching side. It is good to have leaders like Yahir out there as well that can help Levi. Just not, Levi's still the coach, obviously,
right?
But to have guys that have that leadership and been here a while that can kind of help reinforce the messaging and help bring that team together.
I'm not like Nostradamus or anything, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Yahir perhaps be the head coach of this team one day. Who knows? You could see he has that ability to.
Are you speaking it into existence?
I mean, I wouldn't mind that. He's a great guy. Great to see him on campus long after he's done learning here.
Let's say a long ways ahead of here, just because we don't want to pull Levi out of his job.
I mean, Levi's going to have a long career too, but Yahir's a little bit younger, so at some point, maybe Yahir will be his assistant one day.
Yeah, and speaking of that team chemistry and the endurance of the team, Yahir, we talked with Yahir after the game, and he had this to say about his teammates.
I mean, it was a tough game. None, we were down 2 goals, and the team showed character to get that tie, and I'm proud of the team. And regardless of the circumstance, we kept fighting to the tie, which we're happy with, because had a game on us yesterday, and coming out here playing another 90 minutes, it just showed character.
So you hear big on chemistry with the team, and then they played a game last night. Neither one of us were able to get to up in Paradise Valley. What do you know about how that went?
Right, so they took the L 7-3 in that match. A lot of goals scored, but again, I don't think that's indicative of the defense not doing their job. Just a lot of them came late, and it looks like all 3 goals for Justice were in the second half. So they were down 5-0. 4-0 at the half, 5-0 early in the second half, and then they started chipping away. They got it down to 3-6, and then one more goal for Paradise to put it away.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough when you got these. That's a lot of games in a week as well, especially in this heat, to have
all of them in Arizona.
7 days in Arizona. That's tough. So guys get a little bit of a reprieve. They don't play again until Friday, so they've had a few days here to get some rest. But next game for the men's soccer team is September the 5th against Ottawa in Surprise. So Lions loyal, if you want to get out to Surprise, I know it's a ways away, but they could certainly use your cheers, and then they get another few days off before the next one, so that'll be good. Get some much needed rest.
Yeah, they need to get some ice baths in, some cold plunging, heat therapy, whatever it takes.
All the things.
All the training things. All the training things.
There you go. Women's soccer. We'll jump over to women's soccer. They had a road trip last week. So since we've been on the podcast, they have traveled to California. I did chat with one of the girls from the team and said, "How was California?" And she kind of looked at me because the games didn't go the way they wanted them to.
Right.
But I said, well, obviously the games. But how was California? And she said, California was amazing. We went to the beach. It was fantastic. So they had a good trip. I think the team bonding again is a common theme we're seeing here, but just can't pull the victories out yet.
Right. Not quite there with the victories. I think, again, a lot of freshmen, a lot of newcomers to go in with those returners, those leaders. And so it takes time to gel, takes time to galvanize. They're frustrated because they're not scoring a lot of goals right now, and they're obviously giving up way too many. But it's all, I keep going back to this example, but we saw our men's basketball team last year start out like 0-13, 0-15, something like that. And those early season losses were against opponents that were bigger, stronger, a little bit more seasoned than them, bigger programs, and they were able to use what they learned in that to really turn it on when they got into league play. Mm-hmm. And so I expect to see something similar in both volleyball and both soccer programs here, to learn from some of these early season learning lessons that are a little bit humbling in the moment. Yeah. You don't like to get scored on. You don't like football scores against you in soccer.
Yeah. American football.
Yes, American football on the English football, the rest of the world football. Let's be honest.
The rest of the world football, yeah. But we're different like that in America,
we are.
So we're good. So 0-2, unfortunately, against Westcliff and Life Pacific. We don't make excuses, but they are both NAIA teams. They are a little bit bigger schools. They've had programs that have been around quite a bit longer than ours. So, again, no excuses, but it is encouraging when you go play those bigger teams. Like you're saying, you're getting some experience. Even this adversity is hopefully going to help them grow and move on to the more winnable matches as the season moves on.
Right.
Yeah. Next game for the ladies is this Thursday, September 4th, right after this podcast posts. And that's going to be at Ottawa as well. So guys on Friday, girls on Thursday, over at Ottawa University in Surprise. So last but not least, let's talk about women's volleyball. Women's volleyball had a full week as well since we spoke last. But they played last week 2 home games. Park, the home opener on Tuesday night. I think on the last podcast I might have called a victory and probably shouldn't have done that. So I may not do that again with the announcer jinx.
We're learning. We're new to this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gotta
absolutely.
be careful. I was just trying to be supportive, you know?
And I will always accept that.
Yeah. So Park University, obviously the local NAIA school here in Gilbert. We call it a geographical rival. I don't know if either team feels like they're a rival, but
we'll see what happens in the years to come. But yeah, for sure, they're close locally, which translated to a full house.
Absolutely. And talked to freshman, actually newcomer Samantha Atwood after the game, and asked her about that crowd noise and what she thought. And she said had this to say.
All right, I'm here with Samantha Atwood, freshman. How was your first home game tonight?
It was really fun. My head hurts, though.
Your head hurts? Why, from getting hit or from the noise?
Just from moving a lot.
From moving a lot?
Yeah.
It's hot and humid in here today,
It's
too.
really hot in here.
Yeah. What'd you think of the crowd? The crowd noise in here is pretty crazy, huh?
Yeah, it was really loud.
Well, you had a heck of a game. You were good on defense there. You had some kills that couldn't be stopped.
Oh, yes.
Nice to have some height on our team. So,
Oh, yeah.
what are you looking forward to this season as your first season?
I'm excited to win and get better.
Nice and simple. Appreciate
Yeah.
that. Well, I'll let you go rest now and get some Tylenol or something. Have a
Thank
good
you.
night. Thanks.
Yeah.
So Lions Loyal, if that doesn't convince you to come out, you got to get out there and get your team, get behind your team. Do some heckling, you know, respectfully.
I'm going to bring Samantha an ice pack, too.
Yeah, she had a headache. She was saying, I thought she got hit in the head. She said, no, just running around, getting back used to this. And that gym was warm on Tuesday.
It was a warm. Yeah,
so
they got to figure it out for Thursday, though.
That's good.
It felt like it was cooler, at least.
Yeah, Thursday was definitely better. So, unfortunately, didn't take any sets against Park, but they went into Thursday night against Westcliff. And Westcliff from out of state, haven't seen them before. And so they were able to pick up their first set.
It's amazing. And I'm just saying, I have seen them win a set in the one match I've been to so far.
I see.
So
pass the blame here, Matt.
No, I think, hey, listen, if you're going to be supportive, I'm going to go ahead and call myself the lucky charm, and just for them.
So you're not passing the blame. You're just accepting the credit.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's way different.
Way different. Well, so yeah, we got to see a set. That was set 3 that they took. Couldn't pull it out for the match victory, but they did take set 3. That was exciting. Again, very loud fans were there and heckling a little bit. And again, those of you listening, respectful heckling is okay.
Yeah.
But also obey the referee's guidelines. I guess the ref told a couple of the guys to chill out from what I hear from them.
Did they?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, just be respectful out there, but definitely be loud. Support your team. Talked to Coach Chrissy actually after the Park opener, but I think it would just resonate as well on Thursday, just about the chemistry of the team and how they're playing together and playing hard. So she had this to say in that discussion.
Yeah, I really just try and keep the big picture. When we first started this program, there were 8 girls, and we got annihilated. So we can hang now. It's great. We're making progress every year. Super proud of how they battled and how they fought every year. I look at our home opener to home opener, and we're just growing like crazy. So, excited for this year. It's still early, and the girls just really, really battled hard.
So Coach Christie seems encouraged, and yet you could hear the disappointment in the voice a little bit, just about this isn't working out on the scoreboard yet, but I'm moving in the right direction.
Well, knowing Chrissy and knowing her heart for her team, she wants it for them so bad. She wants them. She knows wins will also encourage them to keep going. She believes in the process clearly, and she's not worried about that, but she wants it for them. And I think you see that. And Thursday was my first match to catch, and really to see them, their camaraderie as a unit. It's very, it's very clear. If you haven't been around them very much, how much they like each other and how much they work well as a team.
And how do they do that so fast? Because there's so many new faces. It's been amazing to see how quickly that team has gelled.
Well, it goes back to Chrissy recruiting character women of character to really pour into the change of culture. And she's done that. Of all the teams, I see the culture with that volleyball program for sure. Not that the other ones don't, but I see it really sticks out with volleyball, and some of those seniors that we have on this squad is a reason why. Absolutely.
You had a chance to talk to Sadie, and I talked to Alyssa after the first game. So let's hear what a couple of the seniors had to say about their last first that they're experiencing.
What is it meant to be a senior here with your other senior friends, and then just these newcomers? What have they meant to you guys?
It feels really nostalgic because we started with like 5 girls, 3 of them didn't go here. Like it really started from the bottom, and now we have 14 girls. We're really making a name for ourselves, and that feels really good.
That's amazing. And what have these newcomers meant to you guys this year?
They are amazing. We could not have asked for better freshmen, really.
How's the first home game?
It feels good. It's like a happy sad because it's my first first game. I don't know. I think we did really good tonight. I'm proud of my team and how far we've come.
Yeah, it didn't work out the way you probably wanted it to, but
No,
you're making progress, and you can tell the team camaraderie is coming together.
yeah, I'm looking forward to playing to the best of our abilities. I'm looking forward to showing what we can do to like everyone who's seen us from the beginning, you know?
I don't know. You've got young kids here, Matt. So as a parent, I hear those things like, it's my last first. And it just makes me kind of remember those times that we had those times with Tyler and with Connor when they were coming out of school. Just, it's a special moment for these ladies to have to experience that. And I know Chrissy's paying special attention to have them call those out. This is the last first, whatever. This is the last first,
Right.
this. And I think it's important to lock in those memories for a lifetime, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely, and those two in particular, and the other seniors too. But Maddie Moran being another one. Is there 4 or just those 3?
Well, I think Zoe's a senior as
Zoe,
well. And
yeah.
Am I missing one? I thought there was 5, but I could. Maybe there's 4.
Yeah. So I mean, they are definitely doing their part as the leaders of the program. I mean, some takeaways. You know, we talked about that. We talked about that kick move by Sadie. That was special to see.
How many people after the game asked me, "Is that legal?" And I was like, "Yeah, unbelievable, but legal." You know.
Yeah, a lot of people who don't have a lot of experience watching volleyball might not know that, but that is legal. You can do that. And she was saying how she is getting even better at it with more practice. I mean, I wouldn't think that's a play you practice, but it clearly is. And she called it laziness, but you just gotta, it's just reaction. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. I think you see it a lot more in sand volleyball, less in court, but
Yeah.
that was pretty cool. And the fact that the team was able to convert it and get the point makes it even better. Because, it doesn't make the highlight reel if it doesn't end up in a point, right?
Right, exactly.
So.
And you saw a lot of that. You just want that. When you see a play like that, you want them to get that point so badly. And Alyssa flying all over the court. Like,
I don't know have you talked to her to see how she feels about her nickname?
I don't know. I have not.
Because, we're making up these nicknames, and I'm hoping that we're not offending anyone.
Yeah.
But we do encourage open communication, so if you don't like the nickname, let us know.
Yeah, absolutely. We can.
I like Flying Squirrel. I like Gravedigger.
Yeah.
Those are both good. I don't remember what else
Those are the ones that stick out so far.
Let me just congratulate my friend Matt here with his pun of the century with talking about Zoe Pepper getting a great play and having it not come back for a point and having that be something that rubs salt into the wound.
Yes.
That was witty. That was amazing.
Oh, my
Well done,
gosh.
sir.
It just, again, you can't really, it's like the kick save. It's just a reaction move from my brain.
I'm liking seeing the new generation coming up of I'm not talking about the newcomers, but the ones that you see are going to be the leaders in the future, like people like Malayla and people like Loren and
Braden,
is another one. I don't want to leave anybody out because I feel bad, but just those that are kind of like middleclassmen or, I think a couple of them might be juniors, so upperclassmen. But yeah, the program's in good hands, I think, even after these seniors move on. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, and like you said, the newcomers to us, they're not all freshmen, but Erica Graves, Ray Fuller, to name a few, and Samantha Atwood, like you said, doing some good work around.
Lana too. I mean, you look at
Lana,
that. Look at that front line we have now with Erica, Lana, and Samantha. There were some pretty good blocks throughout the course of those games we watched, those matches. I'm excited because we haven't had a lot of height, and it's nice to have 3 really tall ladies that can really get up there and push that ball back the other way.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're learning how to play off each other really well. And the sets, I think, a couple times, I mean, I could see some room for improvement with some of the sets, right? Some of them. And so those kills, even when the set wasn't perfect, they're able to adjust midair. So I see that setting getting shored up. It's getting that first hit in control to set up the set hit. And then getting the kill.
And sometimes we saw the setter get that first hit, and so they're kind of out of the play.
They're out of play. Yeah.
Whoever the secondary setter is, might not do it every time, so might look a little bit different for us. But I think overall they played hard. They played with heart. You could tell in that third set against Westcliff that they did win.
Right.
They could have just tucked tail and left after we're losing the first 2.
Well, and Westcliff was talking a lot of trash. They were definitely trying to get in their head.
Yeah. They had a couple of girls. I think it was Folas and I'm going to lose the other one. You got to help me out.
Yeah, I'm losing it too. The two taller ladies on their squad
anyway, that were basically carried their team.
Oh yeah,
on the offensive side at least for sure. Oh. Any case, so yeah, they were talking. They had some swagger. They earned it. At least they backed it up.
They did win.
But they might have created a little bit of rivalry going forward next time we play them.
That's the kind of thing that becomes bulletin board material. You hold on to that and you remind them. You remind your team of what they said last year, right? To get you fired up. It's not.
Oh, they may not have to wait that long, Matt. They're in Irvine on the 13th of September to face Westcliff again.
Oh, so, justice will be returned.
Well, we hope so.
We hope so.
At least they've seen them now. They know what to kind of game plan for, and that should be a good game. Speaking of upcoming games for the ladies, Thursday night we'll be broadcasting live Ottawa here at the Dr. Paul Chin Chen Court at 6 p.m. So get out there if you're not already planning on it, or tune in if you're too far away and can't get out. But followed by on Friday, they've got a busy couple of days, Matt. They've got a doubleheader in Prescott. They get to go a little bit out of the heat at least, and they're playing College of Southern Nevada and Copper Mountain College. And so that should be another good trip for them to bond. I know it's a day trip, so they'll come right back.
Right.
But anytime you travel in a small van with 14 people, it's you got either you're hating each other or you're loving each other at the end of it, right? So they seem to be on the loving side so far.
Yeah, that's good.
And then they'll be in California again on that road trip, starting with 2 matches against West Coast Baptist, followed by that game with Westcliff that I mentioned on the 13th. So lots of good action coming up for all 3 sports that are active right now. And a couple sports getting ready to come up in the wings here with men's baseball, men's basketball.
Men's baseball had their kind of kickoff dinner last night and meeting. I saw that they were well attended for that and getting the guys together in one of the classrooms here to talk about the season, talk about fall ball, talk about their workouts and stuff. So yeah, so we're excited to see a new program this year as well with baseball coming on, and of course returning with basketball. I'm looking forward to that.
They've been here since, I don't think they went much over the summer without being here working out.
Oh, they're always here.
Unofficially, they've got a bunch of the guys were here working out all year long. So.
They closed the gym for 2 weeks, I think, to refinish it. And the day that sign was removed, the boys were back. So,
absolutely. And unfortunately, we won't get to see them at home for a while. A lot of their games, as we mentioned earlier, they stack them to play the larger schools, and most times the larger schools don't come to us.
Right.
So there's a lot of road games the first half of the year, and then we'll get some home games starting the first of 2026. So we got a ways to go there, but encouraging things coming up. One more thing we wanted to focus on today, and you may have seen the post on our social media, but as part of the NCCAA, it's important that all of the member schools consistently are king chasing. That's the program that NCCAA goes by, and you saw the acronym. What's the acronym again?
It's LIFE is the acronym. What it means, nobody really knows because
stands for love, integrity, faith, and excellence.
Thank you for finding
so in everything that the teams are striving for, behind the scenes, this is what the coaches are trying to instill, and we want to be that. That's what differentiates a private Christian school in Chandler, Arizona from some of the other schools out there that aren't focused on, loving Jesus, loving like Jesus, walking after Jesus, and trying to embody these principles.
Yeah, and I love that. I love that they have a program that has these core values, and they even break it down further. Love to mean respecting everyone, encouraging others, and showing sportsmanship, integrity, being honest, being sincere, and having self-control, and then faith being about growing in Christ, worshiping and sharing, and then excellence is about commitment, aspiring and playing for Him.
The hardest one that you're going to see on there for me, from what I see from the athletes, is have self-control. Those adrenaline gets going. You got teams on the other side with swagger that are trash talking.
Yeah,
that's the toughest thing to do, and it's important that everybody keep their heads and make sure, not just because of king chasing, but obviously you're putting your team in a tough spot if you get yourself in trouble. I think having self-control is big, and then also showing sportsmanship. There was a moment in the men's soccer game Saturday. I think it was Marcos Renteria. Maybe he had gotten hurt. It was somebody on that side. And the opposing player came over and picked him up, put him on his shoulder, and kind of helped him off the field. And I thought, well, that was good. Like,
Yeah.
And it was a tight game. I mean, there was a chance
Right.
that, you're hating on each other at that point, trying to get that point, and he took the time to do that. So good sportsmanship is big. I'm excited to see how these coaches continue to instill these things in the players, and I'm seeing it. I don't know if you're seeing it in the classroom. I'm seeing a lot of high character thus far, just in the first couple of weeks.
Right, and this is not just for it is kind of a program for athletes, but it's for the colleges that are a part of the NCCAA also to have some of these same. And I have seen it translate. We really see just really high quality of student come in, and not that we haven't had high quality students in the past, we totally have, but really it's one of the reasons I love being a part of this school. I love teaching, and these students are really trying to grow as I've said before, they're student athletes, and that means the student comes first. It means your faith comes first.
These students come on here and we're all entertained by what they're doing on the field and on the court, but ultimately they're here to be world changers. That's the mission of Justice University, right? To graduate world changers. Well, we appreciate you tuning in to the Prof G and Shively podcast, episode 3. We're looking forward to maybe some more positive results on the court and on the field this week to talk with you about next week. If you don't already, follow us on Instagram and on Facebook, Prof G and Shively, and go ahead and subscribe to YouTube at Prof G and Shively so that you can check out all the live games that we're broadcasting. And this podcast goes up every week. Exciting news this week too, Matt. We're now on Spotify, iHeartRadio, pretty much everywhere you can find podcasts. You can find the Prof G and Shively show. So get out there and subscribe, spread the word, and thanks for listening.
Peace.